Welcome to day 30 of Grow Your Own Food Challenge. I'm going to show you a couple of things today, but one of the things I want to show you is actual tree guards. So this is probably the front of the farm that you might not have seen before. If you've been to one of our farm open days, you would have seen it because you would have driven down this driveway. So these particular tree guards here that you see, that is purple, white, black, these come from Planting Systems Australia. They are awesome, and I want to give a bit of a testimonial of how good they are, because there's been some wild rabbits and we've put in a couple of trees that haven't had the guards and they haven't made it. Whether rabbits have ring barked them, we've had some that have been ring barked, or a deer has like chomped the top off, or they've just suffered more with the elements. So that's sort of a comparison of one tree versus all these others that are doing well. So yeah, a big shout out to Planting Systems Australia, these awesome tree guards. We sort of ran out of them, so we planned out some more, so we found some other sort of makeshift things, but I've got more tree guards coming because they really do work. So something else I want to share with you that you might not have been aware of. We've been on this farm for about 28 weeks. It's not that long. We haven't been here for years and years and years. That's why I can't show you a 20-year-old food forest. So, but what you see behind me here, this big grass area from sort of those, well, pretty well all this grass in between the two roads, between this driveway and this driveway, this is all going to be food forest. So the trees I just showed you here, these are citrus trees, and we're going to be planting out more and more trees. We're going to get a bit of advice of the best way to set it out. We thought we'd have someone in a bit sooner, but with all lockdown and the craziness, we haven't. Just for a bit of fun, my dad sort of jumped on the tractor and put in this swale or something just to slow down the water, because quite a bit of water was sort of ending up sort of down on that road. So this sort of slows the water down. But this will end up being a bit of a food forest. So it won't be garden, it'll more be trees that produce food. So we'll do various trees all throughout here, and as I said, we'll get a little bit of advice of how to plan it out the best. The 30 days went quite fast for me. I wanted to show you more. I tried to line up a few interviews and some other filming, but certain people were in lockdown and I couldn't get them, or they got booked out where I was going to have Zoom calls with them. So I missed out on a little bit of what I wanted to do, but hey, I can maybe do it in a few months from now. One thing I did want to do is where these pots are, I've actually dug holes, and then there's holes down the other end, I don't know, about 50 meters or 30 meters. And I'm going to put some trellises in here and grow some thornless blackberries. So I wanted to show you that going in, but again, I'm just going to have to make another video in a few months from now after I've got that in, or while I put that in. So I thought I'll show you quickly here a little bit of the food forest, and then I'll give you a quick run around and show you a few other things that are going on the last day of Grow Your Own Food Challenge. Thought I'd better give you an update on the sheep. So the two sheep are doing well. They're actually in a 50-meter electric chicken fence at the moment. I don't have the fence turned on. And like we learnt a few days ago when I filmed at Grazed and Grown Farm, they eat fireweed. So this little pretty flowery plant is a bit of a weed, but goats eat it. Dorper sheep eat it. That's what we've got here, some Dorper sheep and Dorper cross. Rabbits, goats and Dorper sheep. So I've got a little bit of fireweed in this area, not a lot, so I thought they can just chew this down. So they're settling in nicely. So about a week ago, in between all these trees, I planted out the banner grass, because this is going to be a little bit of a windbreak, a little bit of a privacy screen. I tried to get to plant out the other banner grass on the boundary fence line, but it's going to happen in about 4 or 5 days, so I'm not going to be able to fit it into this challenge. But I thought I'd show you how the banner grass is growing. It's going pretty good. I just opened up a bit of soil and stuck it in. They've already got the roots coming out, and yeah, they're still green and they're still going strong. Someone asked what sort of trees I've got in here. There are a bunch of eucalyptus. I don't exactly know what they all are, but I do have tags on some of them. So eucalyptus, and I've got 3 or 4 fig trees down that other end in those pink guards. So I think every third tree is some native fig. They might not be the perfect tree, but I thought I'd rather get something in. And you know what, as sad as it sounds, if I have to take them out in a couple of years, I don't mind. But I'd rather put something in than be a few years down the track and go, oh man, we didn't put anything in. So the banana grass and the trees are going good. Look at this little eucalyptus. It's just in its little tree guard. It's got some new shoots coming up through the top. These tree guards are great, because imagine if I didn't have this tree guard and I tried to plant that eucalypt, the grass is going to get up taller than it very fast. But just having the tree guard, it does a great job at protecting these. G'day piggies. So the pigs, since we last filmed the pigs, they've moved on a little bit, and I'll show you a little bit of the disturbance. So you can see in there, they sort of do a little bit of digging, and that's what I want the pigs for. I want them to sort of dig, and they can mix up a little bit of the grass and the roots and a bit of the straw. And down here where they've been, I've been starting to flick out a bit of seed, and I flicked out, so you can see in here, some of it I've covered over, just sort of kicked a bit of a covering over, but not all of it. But I've got some, let's get in close here. So I've got some corn seed and also some sunflower. So see that little one there with a little root coming out? That's a sunflower seed. So I'm going to see what comes up. So I've flicked out some chia, some corn, some sunflower and some lucerne, and I'll see what comes up. I don't care if I have to graze it off or if I let the corn come up and mature, but because they've done this little bit of digging, it's perfect to throw some seed out. Over here where they were, I don't know, 6 or 7 days ago, this little green stuff coming up here, that's a bunch of lucerne, and I just sort of threw some handfuls around. I could have done it all wrong. I might have thrown it all too close or something, but I thought I'll get a little bit of lucerne planted and we'll see how that goes. These are some other trees I planted. These are some liquid amber trees. I'm not a tree expert, but they're the ones with a star-shaped flower, not flower, leaf. Can you see the little shape of the leaf there? So these will grow into sort of a big tree. So I've got one here, and I've got one, I don't know, about 10 meters away. So, because they'll grow up nice and tall. And again, if I have to take them out in a few years, I'm happy to take them out. I'd rather plant them and have to take them out than get a few years down the track going, man, I wish I planted something. The rabbits are over there. They're doing great guns. They're eating grass. The rabbits are pretty much set it and forget. You give them food and water, move them to fresh grass. Super, super happy. Well, this is the last day of the Grow Your Own Food Challenge. I've made a video every day for 30 days. I've answered lots of questions. I might not have answered all your questions, so I am sorry. If you've put a question under one of the videos and I haven't answered it, I'm sorry. Some of the videos that went out on Facebook, they got shared to multiple pages and groups. So if someone was making a comment and it was in a group that I'm not a member of, I'm not going to see that. So I am sorry if I haven't answered your questions. I have tried to, but this is the end. I really hope I have demonstrated, educated and inspired you to grow your own food. And I hope you join me next time on my next challenge. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Daniel O'Brien. See you later.